funerals? Or if it caters for funerals, why can't we make it so efficient that nobody should be able to say, we are collecting money for a funeral? Because the first question that Kenyans will ask you is, why are you collecting money for funerals? And yet funerals are catered for under this social security fund. So, Mr. Speaker, again I say, every single time you hear of this word Harambee, I challenge any member of this house, because I know I'm one of the youngest, and we even have younger ones, but we all remember that Harambee was Nyayo, follow an individual. And if you look at that time of that individual, we were 100% dependent on a centralized system that was governed by one man, and that was our former president. This being a house that supports devolution, we should be ashamed of ourselves to come to the floor of the house and say that, you know, the spirit of Harambee, churches should be built, it should not be set aside, because we should be ashamed. We should support this bill, because what we are trying to say is, as the upper house, the one that protects devolution, the one that ensures that we give monies to those devolved functions on the county level, we are pushing for accountability to the extent that the healthcare works, the housing schemes work, the education sector works, so that we do not have any reason to come here and defend any form of law legislation that actually calls for us to go back to when Senator Oburu was telling me, I think he has said 1960 something, we have no business looking back and to go back and emulate what our forefathers were doing when there was no devolution, there was no technology, there was no, we are advanced. So for me, Mr. Speaker, I support this bill. And I can tell you, because some of us, as much as we are in politics, we probably don't fit in this political space. I have analyzed all the politicians in this house. And if there is one thing, Mr. Speaker, politicians are afraid of, every Thursday, like today, you can see the house, people are moving in, out, in, out. Mr. Speaker, they are looking for money, because tomorrow they are doing funerals. Then they have to go and contribute. Because on Saturday, they are going to go to the ground, because they have to go and give money to social groups. They are in and out of this house. They are distracted that they cannot even contribute to this bill, because when it strikes Thursday, Mr. Speaker, politicians are stressed. They have to go back to the grassroots. They have to go back for Harambees. They know they have all these community groups that are waiting for them in the grassroots, and they are saying, Senator, umeleta ngapi? So, Mr. Speaker, in that essence, what are we really doing when we are saying our 2010 constitution, which pushed for devolution of services, what are we really saying when we are saying then, okay, we don't support this bill because we want us to continue contributing? Mr. Speaker, if not for nothing, as a legislator who has sat in this house for 2 years, I can tell you that we must continue to push for services to be delivered 100% efficiently by government, so that we can stop the spirit of dependency, which is what we are hiding behind by saying Harambee is our forefathers, Harambee is this and that. No, it is a spirit of dependency that we need to put aside, and we need to really question ourselves as Africans. Mr. Speaker, I know there are those who will say that, Mr. Speaker, if you can protect me from Senator Mofire, I think he is also looking for money for this weekend's Harambee. If you can protect me. Mr. Speaker, I have to say that we have a whole...
Senator Mofire, what is your point of order? Your mic.
I think... Speaker? Honorable Speaker, for the record, I think that one to be struck off the record, the answer. I'm not looking for any money. If there is anything that I'm looking for, I'm consulting to, so that I can contribute towards the bill.
Very well, Senator Gloria.
I apologize, Mofire, and withdraw. Mr. Speaker, I want to go to, this is the memorandum of objectives and the reasons, so that we can remind ourselves as to why this piece of legislation